Last time on Tim Plays a Game.
The beginning of the end of the class trial.
Wait, did the class trial already start?
Everyone gather
Or
once
is it already
again
over?
at you know where.
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
I'm thinking they all got a group photo too.
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different.
Oh.
See?
Oh.
I'm the only one not in it.
Again, this was all provided by Monokuma.
Mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
'Cause it's all true.
Thank you. Listen to the murder bear.
There's no question that the Mastermind is somewhere within the school.
Right,
How do
we
you
proved
know?
that
Did you find some evidence or something?
with the Monokuma control room where they were able to control Monokuma.
The one who attacked me was the true Mastermind.
Right. Alright guys, we're back, and I'm gonna just use this video to get through this. I wanna... We're in the last class trial, supposedly. I think I'm gonna make this video extra long, I'm not sure. If it gets too long, I'll break it up into two parts, but for the most part, I think this will be the final video. So here we go, exciting conclusion, happening now.
Holy cow!
Yes,
How'd
I
you
know.
notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
Well, screw you, dude, it's an investigation.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Right.
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in.
Grab the tarp, wrap the body from the morgue, drag it out into the garden, and then they put on a little show with the... and then they put a coat over the body, stabbed a chicken, put the blood on the coat to make it look like the body was still bleeding, then shoved the knife through the body.
Then they simply left
Very
it as
simple.
it was to protect against the sprinklers.
Simply,
And put the
simple.
coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
Shut up.
That's just a wild guess.
That's the truth.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened.
Wasn't there like dirt and blood on the tarp or
But
something?
you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Right.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Oh.
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Yeah.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One
The number of
so major
freezers.
it can't be overlooked.
Inconsistency in the biolab. Did you talk
La la
about?
la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Here we go. Okay, I think we
Such
gotta
a
do the whole
child.
panic talk thing.
Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab, could she be talking about?
By the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
The what now?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about?
You're talking about nonsense.
Your family.
Oh. What about my family? Yeah, this was way back early on.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Yeah, and then that happened.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
I think you owe me a new couch. That's all I can infer from all that.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
I think that they had an accident with the lawnmower and it wrecked the house.
Are they really
Had a
as safe
rage-
as
had
you
a-
might have assumed?
They had a crazy rager. It just messed up the whole house.
Stop talking about that!
Right.
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
He's doing a good job. Yeah, I need to calm down. Can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows that we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. Has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up, right? There was a morgue in the biolab. Oh, we're doing this, okay.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Ah! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Oh, here we go.
I'm not listening!
Oh, not that one. Dang, okay.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
There we go.
This should prove it.
Biolab lights.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
Yeah, see the light. I'm just gonna explain this real quick because I know they're gonna say it, but I don't want to say it. The lights on there was like 16 body storage freezers that they set up in the biolab as a morgue to make it work as a makeshift morgue. And every time one of those freezers was occupied, there was a little light on there saying that it was occupied. Only 7 of those 16, I think only like 7 or some weird number. I mean, there's 6 of us alive, but I think there's only like 9 of them occupied, which means that there should be 10 of them occupied instead of 9. But it kind of fueling the belief that someone who was previously thought as dead is still alive.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Here we go.
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
Right.
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
Correct.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
I should have just let them explain it, but I want to look smart. Kind of proud of myself for coming to this
the number
conclusion.
of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in.
Right, see, there's only 9. Mukuro is one of them.
And there were only 9.
Should be 10.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
There should be 10 bodies, 10 bodies dead. There should be 10, but there's only 9 in the morgue. So the 10th body that we think is dead is actually alive. 9 lines doesn't make sense. Number should be 10. Dead! 10 dead bodies!
All of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Correct.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and
First it was Sayaka, who died because of Leon. Then we have Junko, who died because of the spears. For just violating the rules, which was kind of weird. Yeah, that could have been faked. I mean, it's hard to fake that, but I mean, it would make sense with all the wounds that Mukuro had, unless Mukuro was Junko and maybe they could have switched places. I don't know. That's right. The key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Right, then Junko. Leon got punished, so I don't think Monokuma would have faked that one. And that was pretty brutal. Speaking of brutal, then Chiaki, or not Chiaki, what am I saying? Chihiro, and then Makoto. No, then Mondo. Taka, and then Hifumi. Celeste got punished. I don't think it was anyone who got punished, who got, like, the cinematic punishment. Sakura was 9. Anyone who got the cinematic punishment was trying to kill to get out of the school. If they were really the mastermind, they wouldn't have to do that. And victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
Yep.
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
Okay, we hammered this point home enough. Can we move on?
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
Yes.
I got it! The Mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
That's an idea.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Right, that's good. That's true.
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
I mean, couldn't we just, like, take them all out of the morgue one by one until we find one that isn't...
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies.
Yes.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yes.
I'm completely lost.
No!
How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Because someone who we thought was dead is still alive. Reason for the bodies. Explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? Why would it make sense? Same person was killed twice? No. Wasn't that, wasn't this, it has to be this. There were actually 10 murders, but 9. That's why there are 9 bodies. That's patently true. Untrue. Oh. Oh, okay, I got it wrong.
Shoot!
Okay, reason there are less bodies and murders, explanation for the victims, why is that? It's not that. I guess the same person was killed twice?
I got it!
Okay.
What about
Can't kill someone
the
twice.
same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far.
So they like came back to life as a zombie? I don't know.
But one of the victims may have been
I think
murdered.
someone, they faked their
and
death
then murdered
and then
again.
got killed by the Mastermind.
Murdered and...
No, it would have had to be the
Murdered
Mastermind that
again?
faked their death.
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Right. If that were true.
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still...
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Okay, please explain.
Sounds
I
like
don't want to
you're
get lost.
already
I'm starting to get
convinced.
lost.
Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Yeah, that, I mean,
It was
that's news to me.
Mukuro, of course.
Right, okay, so Mukuro... Yeah, she was the last victim, the 10th victim. Or the 10th person to be killed. Which I kind of leads me to believe, I mean, she was this soldier person, she probably was really good at disguising herself.
Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Okay, so she did disguise herself as someone else who was in the game. Okay.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Okay, so she was disguised as someone else, she faked her death, and then got killed by the Mastermind.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious.
Oh boy.
Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Yeah, that means she's telling the truth. Great, we're gonna do this. Alright. Murdered twice, I don't know.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
I don't think it was Sayaka.
Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Is he gonna go through each name?
Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru?
Wasn't Kiyotaka-
Hikumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe... Sakura Ogami?
I don't think it was Sakura.
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Is that the one I have to absorb? I don't know.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as?
My gut's telling me
Was it
Junko.
Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mondo Owada, Kiyotaka Ishimaru, Hifumi Yamada, Celestia Lu, or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered. Nice!
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, I was right. Yeah, I mean, that one little photo we saw
Junko.
had like all the stab marks over her body, and Junko got murdered that way. So if Mukuro was disguised as Junko, then got killed with the spears, yeah. I guess maybe she was... yeah, that's... So then Junko's the mastermind.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Yes, I
What
guess.
do you mean?
They weren't really talking about exactly how Mukuro got killed. Just a bunch of stab wounds like that, yeah.
Well, remember what happened to her?
Right.
She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up.
Is that right? Let's see. Yeah, Celestia was like... Okay, well, I mean, if we go through them all. Let's really process... I mean, they kind of confirmed it already, but let's process elimination this. Just to be absolutely certain. Koto's alive. Kiyotaka got bludgeoned. Back of the head. Mondo was made into butter. Leon got 1,000 baseballs to the gut. Ifumi bludgeoned again. Sayaka just completely just Bates Motel'd. Sakura suicide by poison. Celeste, she got the Versailles witch treatment. Junko and Shima spears, and then Chihiro, God, she got the worst. I mean, one of the worst. Being beaten over the head with a dumbbell. So yeah, Junko's the one that adds
That
up.
explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight.
Mukuro as Junko got killed.
Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yeah.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Right.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
That could be.
Wait, so then...
But wait, no. Mukuro and Junko were in the same photo. We're in the photo together.
What does it all
They
mean?
can't be the same person.
It means that there haven't been 10
But I'm pretty sure
victims,
Mukuro disguised
but
herself
9.
as Junko.
Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is
Yes.
still alive.
And that's the true identity of the Mastermind?
Correct.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
No.
She took Junko's body.
Or maybe she
made
did.
it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
Yeah, he's not
Total
talking.
silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive. The one that's still alive is Mukuro, but can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, so... Yeah, I didn't think it was Mukuro because... Why? Mukuro's fatal injury, Mukuro profile, maybe?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Right? No, you're wrong. No, for that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body found in the garden. Is that really possible?
The body we
really gotta look at
found
every
in the
possibility,
garden.
but I think...
It wasn't Mukuro.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
No, stop talking. Yeah,
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
Because I think it's gotta be something with the profile.
The body's appearance and measurements
Right,
are
okay, so
consistent
that's
with
consistent.
her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
Dang.
Everything in her profile
Well,
is
anime
consistent
character,
with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the Mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
I mean, process of elimination, it's Junko. Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Oh god, we actually have to select from the dead people. Okay, I mean, we got like 2 minutes here. Let's go through it. Dead. That one's dead. No. Screw it.
Here's my answer.
Oh my god, I got it right. Okay, wow.
Junko is still alive. It's the only
I mean, yeah,
possibility.
with process of elimination, we've gone through every possible thing. Unless there's something we don't know about, and with all the evidence we have, then it's gotta be Junko. I'm sure that we're gonna get another curveball, though.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, he's gonna introduce some kind of evidence.
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
Right.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
Yes.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it. That's right, we kind of saw the whole dead body thing right there. And on Junko's lifeless body, touched her wrist, cheer for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. Wasn't anything else to say, she was gone. I did check, absolutely, and I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
But that wasn't Junko.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
Oh boy.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
What are you talking about? Everything still adds
This
up.
case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
I can't.
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
There's Mukuro disguised as Junko.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh?
Opposite
Huh?
direction?
That should be the name of the title of this whole game. Huh? The game.
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
This is with my back right now. This is the worst possible time for this to be happening. How could Junko have survived? She was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? Right. Wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely. Maybe she's just some sort of trick. I mean, yeah. Hangman's Gambit. Here we go. The word's disguise, isn't it? That's it. replace. Replacer, replacing, replaced. Yes.
Now I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
So Mukuro would be the second to spare, Junko would be the first to spare, and they switch places, and since no one knew who Mukuro was, probably it was Junko, and then Mukuro disguised as Junko. Yeah, okay. So the way I'm seeing it, Junko was the one in the control room the entire time, and Mukuro was pretending to be Junko. So I don't know why though. Why? Why?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up
Yes, already.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but...
They were in
had
one
to be
place
Junko who got
and then they
stabbed
went
to
to
death,
different
right?
places, okay? That's how you switch places.
You're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
Probably pulled a parent trap scenario. Maybe they're like twins or something. Or maybe you guys should just like really disguise yourself real well.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
No.
Good point. There's just
I mean,
no
maybe
way
if-
they could have switched like that.
I mean, maybe if there is brainwashing involved, maybe Mukuro thought she was Junko the entire time.
So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Has to be some way. Need to figure out how to explain the whole thing. Switched at the moment of death. They switched at the beginning.
I got it!
Yes.
The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Correct.
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right?
I mean, that would be pretty cool if they could pull that off.
After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko
Yes.
is actually Mukuro all along?
God, how are we still on this point?
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Which is probably why the brainwashing was so important. If we were all friends before this, we would need to brainwash them so we wouldn't know. We could be able to tell Junko from Mukuro, and vice versa.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko,
Yes.
and we never would have known the difference.
Right.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
I'm glad we have like one other competent person besides Makoto and Kyoko.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Correct. Junko didn't.
Junko never had any tattoo like that,
Probably
did
cover it
she?
with makeup.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion.
Oh, she
exposing
also
the
had the press
tattoo
on nails,
after
too.
The body. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Yeah, Junko had those.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
I could never imagine getting used to those.
If she really did use foundation.
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
I mean, he can, just won't make sense.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup in the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an
Yeah,
elaborate
heck of an
plan, to be
elaborate
sure.
plan that this...
Making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Consider that they thought this far ahead.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
I mean, it had to be.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Yes.
What's wrong?
Pair of
Lost the will
despairs.
to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Or maybe there's no one else controlling it now.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid?
Fear.
Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Okay.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Right.
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity.
I mean, we've gone through every other possibility.
As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
Huh?
I tried to protect her identity. When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. Great, tell me. Tried to hide Junko's identity not just once, but twice. First time was during our latest investigation. Crap. I'm gonna go with the group photo. Hold on, what matters is presenting the right evidence. It has to do with Monokuma tried to keep from me during the investigation. Okay. So, what else could it be? Dang. Okay, I got 7 minutes. Okay, this is all like, I think this is all the new evidence we have like right here. Trying to hide Junko's identity. Was it this?
I got it!
Okay.
While I was in the AV room,
Yeah, we didn't see
watching
Junko
the
being
DVD
interviewed.
of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Right, Monokuma turned it off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Me, I did. Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that
To hide Junko's...
is because you didn't want me to see
Identity,
the
yeah.
real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And I think the second evidence is the fact that Junko's not visible in in all the other photos that photo hints that Monokuma
And
gave
if
us.
Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Got it.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
No. No, it wasn't a fluke. Mastermind definitely orchestrated the power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. Mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. Oh, here we go. Doing this again. Is he gonna growl at me?
Punishment is waiting for... Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up. That's impossible.
You're getting all riled up. Oh, here we go.
That's impossible.
This should prove it.
Group photo. Okay.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Uh-oh,
I
SpaghettiOs.
noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we got. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity.
Right, Junko's looking away in all those
unusual
photos.
circumstance.
Thought that was
What's so
weird.
unusual about them?
I'm just saying, for someone who's the ultimate fashionista, you think you should look at the camera. Usual circumstances common to all these pictures. Yeah, right there. I guess these photos were like specially selected for that purpose, that you can't see her face. Unusual circumstances, Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face.
Your
The
face.
one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Gotta go through it one more time, just to be sure.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo,
wish
you
Kyoko
can
would have
see
gotten
that
one too,
Mukuro
just so
is
we could be sure of
clearly
that.
visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Sorry if I'm all fidgety right now, just my back is like killing me.
With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
Really?
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face.
No way.
Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Got it.
Xanadu!
Xanadu.
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either
We're
of
still
them.
talking about this point?
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko
Real Junko could play the mastermind without us ever suspecting her.
is still alive.
Yes.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
And the murderer of Mukuro Ikasawa.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
Aye.
No, wait! Hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
I was gonna do that. Oh, okay, cool. We get the manga. All right. All right. So let's see. Okay, I wish we could like start here. Okay, so we all switch places. Sure about this? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. And killed it. Mukuro killed it while looking like Junko. Later on. Got a tarp. That's not it. Pulled her body out. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. And then put on a mask. Kyoko interfered. And then this one right here. Oh no, wait. What is this? That's the fire. Let's come back to that one. I want to try and make sure I got all this. That's the incinerator. I think this one's last. They all found the body. That's this one. I think that's a red herring. Maybe this is the bomb going off right here. Maybe it's the dead body after these. Hold on. Okay, it's this one, yeah. I think I might have this right. I'm not sure. The knife, though. I think I got this wrong. The one where she's holding the mask, yeah. Okay, I gotta move these two around. I'm just making sure this looks right. I really don't want to lose any hearts now. It looks right. I mean, everything syncs up. I'm worried that these two are out of place. I think that's right. Alright, I'm just gonna go with it.
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay. Alright, let's read the dang manga already.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko.
Okay, that's right. That was Mukuro.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
And the real Junko's been hiding this whole time.
And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Oh god.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima.
Yes. Okay, that's right.
Her body was kept in the biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use.
You mean her... Mukuro's body.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab.
That's why the face got burnt.
To carry her to the
So they
garden.
wouldn't be able to look, so that she wouldn't look like Junko.
She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
I just like how Kyoko's like
After making
forcefully
sure I'd gotten
barging
a good
in there.
Look at the mask. She left the room.
That's right, okay.
Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Right. And then the explosion happened to further disguise the body.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling
So...
the real Junko Enoshima!
Correct. Okay, so what now?
That's the whole story behind
Maybe
this.
we just run for the hills at
Well,
this point.
what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, she got the heck out of there. It's like, well, the jig is up. I'm out.
What? Are you broken again?
Well, there's no one controlling him anymore.
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
Yes. Tell us who you really are. Wait, we know
It's
that.
not like you're an endangered
Who do you work
species or
for?
something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
As long as he can. She.
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Wait, what? I thought he was just gonna fall over or something.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case?
Good place for it to end.
Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Really? Come on, bro. Brah. What's happening? Oh, it really is her. Okay. Ultimate despair. Wow. Alright then. Okay, so I guess we just kill her. Just gang up on her. A lot of balls coming
We've
here.
been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Oh god, is that what she sounds like?
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world.
What?
We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking.
Well, I'm trying to... Don't buy me off with food.
Have you made your
How
choice?
dare you.
Will you serve under us?
No, thank you.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
Okay.
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
Is she like the ultimate actress or something? This is the Mastermind. She's the real Jinko Inashima.
Anyway, looks
And
like
she's
I've
batshit
finally been
crazy.
set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Face.
Huh? What about my face?
But yeah, she doesn't have any freckles.
What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Really?
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely
I got it!
for arriving here.
That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember
would have
seeing
to
a
be.
magazine cover. And
Yeah, no
you
freckles.
were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
Yeah.
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
Right, that's Mukuro. She's got freckles. I've seen her on tons of magazines, but I feel like this one doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Ah, well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk? Oh, so they aren't real. So they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
Would
how
you
come
agree?
Hina and Hiro have not just started beating the crap out of her, like, let us out?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'd just be, like, gang rushing her, like, let us out, or...
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro.
Right.
She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people
Sorry, I'll
can
lean back
never
for a minute.
become
The
one
back is
as
still
long
there.
as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Okay, that makes a little more sense now.
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right?
Wait, they have different last
I'm
names.
almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
Okay, but why do they have different
The
last
older
names?
sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Whoa!
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Okay.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the ultimate despair!
That would explain why we thought there were two despairs.
Oh, she's a totally different person now.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself.
Really?
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit?
Okay, you have an answer?
Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over?
Well, just answer it one time.
Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
Okay, so I guess one of them changed their last name for whatever reason.
If she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
I don't give a shit, man. She's my sister. I can kill whoever I want.
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well,
We're just
I
not going to
suppose
get any
I'd better
answers out of her, are we?
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
Okay, maybe we'll get some answers from this Junko.
The so-called mastermind had to operate
seems smart
Monokuma,
enough.
keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel.
Leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment.
Wait, she willingly went with the mercenaries?
So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Isn't that the same word?
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
Okay, she just didn't like her sister.
Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler
Oh,
for
what the
following
heck now?
the plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
Are you kidding me? You actually improvised this crap?
So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
God. Well, premeditated to an extent.
Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Yeah. So, huh? This wasn't okay. That line makes more sense now. Yeah, she did say this wasn't
So you
supposed
figured
to.
it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
And that would be
How can
don't
you
break the
talk
rules.
like that?
Yeah, right.
You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
Because she's crazy. I don't want to be blunt about it, but I'm sure she cares about her sister, but not to the point where killing her is off the table.
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar?
Really doesn't care.
Jeez, misunderstandings
priorities are
sure
different
are scary.
than ours.
We were the ultimate despair, you you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations.
I'm sure she didn't expect you to kill her.
Nope. I felt despair as
She
long as I could
expected you
remember. Like I never
love
should have
her
been
to an
born at
extent
all.
and not betray her so willy-nilly.
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair.
Yeah, you look so sad now. The weird smile on your face.
So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything.
I know there's something, like, we can probably put some kind of name on it. Some kind of mental illness, disease, some kind of name on it, but God.
We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
Okay.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
I guess that's the short version.
That's not true at all.
Ugh.
We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Okay, so you felt sad, but again, sadness is all you ever feel, so you didn't feel any particular difference.
That's why it gets me so excited.
But I thought you don't feel excited.
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
Why?
It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that.
God, makes sense.
Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What isn't wrong with her?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her.
Then go kill yourself!
Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Yeah, let's not sugarcoat the mass murderer.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
I would love Genocide Jill to come out right now.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic.
Oh my
I'm
God.
the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
I feel like I'm talking to someone who's drunk. I don't know what she's drunk on, but I guess despair?
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Exactly.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Toko, focus.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
Oh boy.
What did you just say?
Let's change
What
the
do you
subject.
mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet?
Okay, she's pretending to be
you
Monokuma
guys
again.
are so slow.
Thought she got bored with being Monokuma.
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are.
Yeah, let's talk about
Yap,
anything
yapping
else.
Away.
Are you talking about our memories?
Yeah.
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer. So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. Then we'll have our victory!
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
okay, well then tell us.
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
School life. Everything that happened.
Group pictures were taken? And those interviews?
Anything that anything happened when we were in the school. Seems like we were like in here for probably a while.
I got it! It must have something to
Probably
do
a
with our
few weeks.
entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before.
Right, the photos.
All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma told us, what Junko told us, memories that were stolen from us. Okay, the founding of Host Peak Academy, I don't know what that was. Class trials didn't really mean anything. Guess the motives?
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
No, you don't have one. You don't have a heart. You don't have a heart, you don't have manners. Stop apologizing.
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Oh, God. Okay, I'm taking a break.